How's it going out there, everybody? Drew Peoples from Peoples Collectibles, and today we've got a Final Fantasy Play Booster box. I was able to snag one of these on Amazon for just above 200 before tax, before they, kind of all got grabbed up there. Now, at first, I wanted to get this set, but I just don't have mad cash right now to be throwing at fucking cardboard and shit. So, I was like, I'll wait on it, right? Because it's a standard legal set. So the idea was, with collector boxes, obviously, just like with Fallout and all these other universes beyond ones, there's no way those were ever going to be cheaper than what they were when they first released, right? But for the play boxes, I was like, well, yeah, they're just going to print the fuck out of this shit. They had to pay, Square Enix, whatever percent or whatever amount they did in order to get the publishing rights for their IP. But yeah, unbeknownst to me though, actually they're not going to be reprinting this set for like about half a year, near the end or beginning of quarter four, maybe end of quarter three, beginning of quarter four, something like that. Can't exactly remember, but basically, yeah, they're not reprinting this set anytime soon. So I was like, well, damn, I might as well grab a damn box now then before it starts going up and crazy and everything. And I was like, let's see what I can get. So we got a Stroke of Midnight, borderless, time shift, whatever the heck you want to call it. We got Barrett. We got, what's his name? Locke Cole. He's from Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, missed that one sadly. Kefka seems really cool though. All right, Summon Anima. We got Garland. Oh, he's also not the rare. Okay, the rare is Zodiac. Umbral God. For 5 black, he's a 5/5 legendary creature god. Indestructible. When he enters, each player sacrifices half the non-god creatures they control, their choice rounded down. And whenever a player sacrifices another creature, you put a 1/1 counter on Zodiac. All right. So restrictive cost there, obviously decent for reanimating. We've got our first foil rare here, Venet, Heart of Hydalian, 3/3 for 3, legendary Elder Wizard. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Exile target non-land permanent, and you get to transform him. We'll pick him up and put him in a sleeve. I don't think this was like one of the highly sought after cards or anything like that, but it does look cool, and I don't know what kind of foiling that is. It seems a little bit different than usual, just kind of the accents of how certain things are sticking out. And it kind of reminds me of etched foil, but not exactly like etched foil. Kind of in between like a regular foiling and etched foil. Maybe I'm just full of shit. All right, anyway. We've got another god, or all these gods up in here. Hydalian, the Mother Crystal, 4/4, also a legendary god. Indestructible. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on another target creature you control until your next turn it gains indestructible. If that creature is legendary, you get to draw a card. All right, it was a cool first pack. Not anything buck wild, but now let's talk. What are we looking for? We're looking for Vivi. We're looking for the Aristocrat Sephiroth. I think, is it Fabled Soldier? The Cloud Midgar Mercenary. That one's quite cool. I know there's a lot of other stuff too. I never really looked at a ton of the spoilers, a few here and there. Haven't really followed the secondary market much for this product just yet. All right, 2 of the same uncommon. It's a little odd. Travel the overworld. All right, what's our thing? Mughul's Valor. This was at least fun and limited. 5 mana instant. For each creature you control, you create a 1/2 white Mughal creature token with lifelink. Then creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Resentful Revelation for a little foil common back there. We got an art card. We got a town. We got a foil common. We got a lot of random shit, man. All right, full art lands there, tokens, art cards, towns. Yeah, it's not even really on screen. All right, let's see. We'll put this guy in a sleeve. Just because you're a fancy art rare thing. All right. Yeah, another, like, I had come across, they had a giant thing of these at Walmart the week that they were released. And I had ended up, I picked three up. I didn't really get shit. But looking back, I'm like, damn, I wish I would have gotten more. You know, they had so many. And, you know, again, it's a standard legal product. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's definitely going to be plenty of just the regular, you know, set on the market. So there's no reason to rush like a dum-dum. And now I feel like a dum-dum. But at least if it was the other way around, I would have felt like a dum-dum. So good thing I don't because of that. All right. We got, all right, double rare pack with the Sin, Spyro's Punishment, Moogle's Valor, the regular rare little version. Ooh, Ride the Shoopoof. This is one I'm glad to have a foil version of. 2 mana enchantment with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Similar to, there's that 3 mana one from Rise. Is it Rise of the Eldrazi? One of those, but it's 3 mana. You get a 1/1 counter or gain 2 life, so you get some variability there. But it's an extra mana to play, and this also has the included benefit of 7 mana. You can turn this into a 7/7 beast until end of turn. We got another town. We got another art card. Town, foil thing, some rares. Okay. I'm gonna try to not make this video like, you know, too freaking long, but it's Final Fantasy. It's exciting. It's not a super nostalgic series for me. I've only played 10 to full completion, 10 and 15 to full completion. 12, got like, I don't know, 25, 30 hours in. Crystal Chronicles on GameCube back in the day, that was fun. Tactics on, was it DS? That was fun. The Regalia, there we go, from 15. And Chocobo, not the Chocobo we're looking for. You go there and you go there. And I played a bit of 7. That was obviously, you know, I remember back in the day trying to like find a copy of 7 for like a couple $100. I could never bring myself to buy it. And then we got to the point, right, where ROMs were easily accessible, especially for a game of that age, even, you know, like 10 years ago. All right. Uncommons, what do we got? All right, Summon Fat Chocobo for our full art, crazy art thing. A Realm Reborn, 6 mana enchantment. Other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Interesting combo potential, and we got our foil. There's good old Kefka. Foil legendary creature. All right, at least I do like what they've done with the land slot, where you're either getting a full art land or one of the tapped towns. Tapped dual colored towns, because I believe this other town was somewhere in the middle of the pack, not the land in the back. All right. Still ain't got nothing super spicy. Holding out. What do we got? Sarah Farron. First legendary spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more other legendary creatures, you can transform her. Transformation is a legendary artifact that makes your first legendary creature spell each turn cost 2 less, and then gives all your legendary creatures +2/+2. All right, cool. I'm gonna put her over there. That's definitely going on my Joda deck for sure. Got our foil little dual land there, and our foil crappy Iron Giant that no one gives a shit about. Although that is an interesting creature type that I hadn't noticed before. It is a artifact creature demon. That is pretty unique. I don't know if there are any other artifact demons, and definitely not colorless ones. Creature types matter, man. All right, Search for the Frozen Esper. I really like the artwork on this one. It's pretty cool. And we got really sweet looking Nature's Chart. You know what? I'm going to sleeve that. This card's probably not worth much, but Man, that is a neat looking card, man. Love my 8-bit game. Well, I guess this would probably be 16-bit. I mean, if I'm thinking from the English mindset that everything revolves around us and such. But oh wait, they had Final Fantasy 1 on NES North America, so I'm fucking stupid. All right, what was our rare? Squall. All right, you can squall over there, buddy. Got more excited about the random art, common, uncommon, random, cool art, uncommon in the middle of the pack there. Would have been hilarious if there was like a VV or something as the rare there. We can only hope. We can only hope, but we still have plenty of box to go. So our hope has not been dashed just yet. We still have hope. Sometimes that's all we have in this life. Where is it? We're starting on commons here. Okay. Got another land. What do we got? Excalibur 2. Nice. This is one of the equipments that I wanted for sure. 1 mana, whenever you gain life, you put a charge counter on it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur 2, and it's got equip 3. So it's basically just a Johnny's Pridemate's ability on a artifact. All right, we've got Salvagers. Is that an art card? That's a sick looking card. Who is this? Summon Leviathan. Okay, cool. Go there, you go there, you go there. He's been fun in limited. But you know what an even better aristocrat style card is from this very set for that same exact mana cost? It's Sephiroth. And I think it's Fabled Soldier Sephiroth. But whichever Sephiroth you are, I hope that we find you. Just for tea and cookies and crumpets. Nothing serious. All right. Did we dang the corners there a little bit? All right, fine. All right. Well, we got the Lionheart. Astrologians Planisphere. Words. Esper Origins. We got the Elder. We got a token. We got another town. Alright, so the pack 12 then. So we are at a third of the way through the box. Not a single mythic yet. So hopefully they're stashed somewhere in here. And some of the nice ones that we're looking for. Okay, here we go, folks. We got the Hero of Light. Adalin Resplendent Cathar. That's a nice little reprint there. All right, so he's getting sleeved immediately. All right, so I didn't realize you could have rares in that slot there. So that is cool. That is cool. Be nice to get Urza. Forget who the Final Fantasy character representing Urza is, but that is a nice pool. Starting town, that's a decent little land. So it's a town. It enters tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. And you can tap it for a colorless or tap it, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. So it's basically a City of Brass or Mana Confluence. Both the same card, just different names. With the difference being this can also tap for a colorless, whereas those anytime you want to tap them for mana outside of giving it a different mana ability, you're going to have to pay 1 life to get that 1 mana of any color. Whereas this, at least you can save your life in instances where a colorless will do. But yeah, the condition here, obviously, it will be tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn. So very similar to the fast lands, right? The ones that they enter tapped if you control more than 2 lands, right? If you control more than 2 other lands, or is it 2 or more lands? Can't remember. But basically, the point being, by the third or fourth turn, those are going to come in tapped as well, just like with this. But in especially older formats, the first few turns are the most important anyway. And then, of course, in EDH, where it's more casual, this is also fine because it gives you that extra boost in the beginning when you need it. And then later in the game, if you're in later in the game, you're probably not playing CDH and it's more casual. So it's okay to have a land enter tapped. That was a long-winded discussion about a fucking land card. So let's get to it. Second third of the box, still no mythics. We've gotten some cool alt art cardies. So I dig that for sure. We're still looking for the big ones. All right. Our first tapped adventure land thing. We got the Ancient Metropolis here. It's 6 mana. You create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, and then you put a 1/1 counter on it for each land you control. And then after casting the adventure, or if you want to just skip the adventure, you can play it as a land that enters tapped, which taps for a green mana. I do like this foil artifact card there. That's another one that's been fun and limited. And I'm disappointed I didn't get to play limited for this set in person. I did not want to be around people that weekend. Not feeling it. Not feeling my best. So kind of disappointing, but been playing some on Arena at least, and that's been fun. And then maybe eventually I'll, play in a limited event with, people face to face, IRL. But put that on the back burner for now. All right, what do we got? We got fucking Gilgamesh. Who's hiding behind him? Kuju, Genome Sorcerer. So for our first, well, this would be a border. Oh yeah, right, yeah, because these are reprints of old cards, just with Final Fantasy shit on them. All right. So we're gonna put you in this pile over here anyway. Do the magic gods not favor me anymore? Still no mythics. They're hiding. I think they're hiding. All right, the Imperial City of Arcades, which is just a wall of omens. It's very cool. I'm just going to put that over there with Sarah. That is going in my Arcades deck for sure. What do we got? Arden the Usurper. All right, some cool art. Remember him from Final Fantasy 15. He is a 8 mana, 4/4 Elder Human Noble. And that's 5 colorless, 3 black. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. He's got Star Scourge. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 creature card from a graveyard. If you exile a card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's 5/5 black demon. So, big investment for an 8 mana, 4/4 essentially, but has the powerful ability of creating a 5/5 creature every combat, every one of your combats, which he then has a Lord ability to give those tokens Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. So yeah, it's a pretty crazy fucking card, I would say. And we got our little fireball guy there. You got to destroy the fireball before he blows up, man. All right. What do we got? There's our commons. Here's our uncommons. All right. Wind Crystal. I forgot about the crystals for this set. All right. So yeah, 4 mana, legendary artifact. White spells you cast cost 1 less. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. And 6 and tap at creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until end turn. That's pretty freaking sweet. All right, Clive for our first mythic. Not one that I really knew about prior to this. So I don't think it's one of these super sought after ones, but you never know. Markets fluctuate and change, and we finally got a mythic, so happy about that. Clive, what do you do? He's a 6 mana 5/5. When he enters, you may discard your hand, then draw cards equal to your devotion to red. So at the very least, if you don't have a hand, you can draw 2 cards off this, because this is devotions 2, unless they kill him in response to him entering. But anyway, and then 6 mana, you can tap him, exile Clive, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control, activate only as a sorcery. And he comes back as a legendary enchantment Saga Demon, a 9/9. First chapter, Ifrit fights up to 1 other target creature. And then his second and third chapters are Brimstone, add 4 red. If Ifrit has 3 or more lore counters on it, exile it, then return it to the battlefield. All right, so same as like with a lot of these guys who transform into sagas. Their last chapter, they get to come back as the front creature, which typically also then has an ETB, which will then trigger again. All right. Again, too many long-winded explanations here and there, but I kind of expected this to be a bit of a longer video as it goes. And I was also really hoping for some crazy pulls, but we still have half a box. So we're holding out hope while we can. Titus. All right, another one of our tapped colored lands. This one is for red, and you can cast an instant for 3, Mage Siege, which creates a 0/1 Black Wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Self-destruct, really like that card. Actually just updated my Arena standard deck with self-destructs in there with a mono red wins strategy, because you have like the mice and everything that you target, and they keep getting like 1/1 counters, and the ones with prowess. Oh, and there's what's his fucking name? Screaming Nemesis, which I'm like, I don't keep up with Magic news too much nowadays. Also, do you see all the? I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video. And what's up with all these dots on this card? Were they there before? Interesting. All right. Well, anyway, on to the next pack, I suppose. All right. Combat tutorial. I remember that. It's bullshit. All right. We got our uncommons. What's our rare? It's Kuju, normal rare version, the guy that we already got the crazy art version of. All right, we got a foil full art land. That's cool. I'll put you over here. All right. Yeah, more duplicates so far than I would have liked in the rare slot. That's our second one now. Still only 1 mythic, but I mean, again, you're pretty much guaranteed a certain amount. Guaranteed's a strong word, but you know what I mean. There's going to be more. It's just they're probably clumped together. We're just hoping the ones that are still in the box are the ones we're looking for. All right, Fire Crystal. Want as many of these crystals as possible. They're all pretty decent. In a way, they're all 4 mana. This one 2 red, 2 colorless. Red spells you cast cost 1 less. Creatures you control have haste. And for 6, you create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So it's a decent activated ability there. Oh, we got a... Oh, it's not a rare. Never mind. Yeah, so the activated ability is halfway decent on that. Just giving all your creatures haste. There's definitely cheaper cards to do that, but also having the red spells cost 1 less on top of that. Pretty decent. I think that white one's definitely better compared to between those two. But then with the white one, you have to play a deck that has white cards, which they're getting better these days. They're getting better. All right, Vayne Carudis Soldier. I was gonna say this kid kind of seems familiar, and he is from Final Fantasy XII, which I did briefly play. And he is Finn the Fangbearer, 2 mana, 1/3 Death Touch guy that gives your opponent poison counters with your Death Touch guys dealing damage to them. And we got Summon the freaking Titan. Ooh, Usurper. Now, but again, like that's. I mean, I like him. Like I said, 15 is one of the few that I actually played all the way through. So I get down with him, but like, dude, that is the 3rd rare now that we have duplicates. Now, not in the same version, right? But still, like, can we get a fucking duplicate of like Vivi maybe? I don't know. All right, what's our Nibelheim Flame. This is definitely one of the mythics I wanted, so least happy about that. It's a 4-mana sorcery. Choose target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4 cards. And then it has the flashback there for 7. I thought we had like an extra card in the back, but no, it's just a freaking art card, man. It's just a freaking art card. Carry on, bruh. All right, pack number 24. We're getting there. We're taking care of business. Two mythics on the board. There should be, at minimum, 2 more. Yuffie Kasarji. I remember as a kid thinking like she just had like a big like mutant hand or something. Like, what the fuck is going on over here with this chick? But all right, that's at least cool. What do we got? We got Summon Primal Garuda. Okay. Chocobo, Seeker of Paradise. Not the Chocobo we're looking for, but he can still hang out with us. Oh, these are the comments that I do. There we go. All right. We got a third left. We got 12 packs to make it all count. Maybe we'll hit something unexpected that I don't know about, and that I'll just pass by anyway until later, and I'll be like, oh, that was really cool. All right, Lucas Stadium. What do we got? Oh, that's our rare right there. Is the Cerebus. Oh, and Lightning. Maybe Lightning's decent. I just hated Final Fantasy 13. I forgot. I did play that game, but I barely count that as playing because I got maybe like a disc and a half in. And I just remember being like, you know what? Fuck this game. This game sucks. All right. 3 mana, 3/2 for a legendary human soldier with First Strike, Trample, and Lifelink. Whenever she deals combat damage to a player, until your next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player or a permanent that player controls, it deals double that damage instead. All right, well, I take back what I said. It's pretty fucking good. Especially for my Nahiri equipment deck. Like, that would kill. So that is a decent card. It's not like, VV Cloud Sephiroth level. But it's still decent. It's not fucking, what's his name? The Terramask or wherever, Terrask. The one from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. We got Saz, Katzroy, and Dion. He's been pretty decent and limited. Got another foil, full art planes there. All right, effort there. Oh. Trying to separate our commons and our uncommons. There we go. I guess you can go there. Oh, we got the Masamune, Sephiroth's Sword, 3 mana, legendary equipment. As long as equipped creature is attacking, it has First Strike and must be blocked available. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature or an emblem you own to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. All right, cool. Chocobo Racetrack. But yeah, so the Masamune there. That's interesting. It says the thing it's attached to or an emblem. We'll include emblems in there as well. But yeah, obviously that's made for Sephiroth, the card that we're also looking for. Are we going to find him? Are we going to find anything crazy? We got Golbez, clad in darkness. Sir Conrad there. He's always cool. Eject. The Lunar Whale. Get fucked. Get fucked. What do we got left here? We got 5 packs? 5 packs, right. Doing the one that was on the bottom. This is going to be it. Should have been the last pack. It's now the 5th to last. What do we got? Did you put the gas down here? Did you put in the gas for daddy? Come on now. Come on. Gas me up. Ninja's Blades. All right, I'm glad we did this now and not as the last one. Would have been very disappointing. No, we still have 5. All right. Second to last one there. All right. I think I said we had 5 packs, and then I opened up one, and now we still have 5. So I'm pretty sure I counted incorrectly. So it's like we have an extra pack. And now the one that's on the bottom is going to be the last one that I open, and it's going to be some gas. All right. Maybe this can be gas too, though. We got Battle at the Big Bridge. Fatal Push there. Cool. Friggin' art. All right. What are we getting into? We're getting triple triaded. What do you got behind here? Clive's Hideaway. Yeah, okay. At least we got 2 rares, I guess. All right, we got our gold signature art card. Not that I'm like super excited about any of these, especially I don't even know who this fucking cat person is. Who the hell are you? You're a Tia Scion Reborn. Oh, cool. Well, anyway, I mean, cool, I guess. I don't know what I was trying to get. I don't know the point that I was trying to get to, man. So we're just going to fucking leave it there. All right, we got. All right, yeah. Benica Harmon, who's this dragon dude now. Okay. Let's see if we can get there. Yeah, we can get there. We got there. We got there, everybody. It's because of teamwork. All right, what's back here? All right, we see a foil rare. Another fucking Moogle thing. You know, and I was trying to wonder what was the one that I had gotten duplicates of, and it was the Moogle thing. So we got in 3 fucking copies of the goddamn Moogle card. Which, I mean, listen, there's worse rares in this set. Okay. So that's not the worst one to get like triples of, but there's so many better ones we could have got fucking 3 copies of. My God, what the fuck? Sure, there's probably gonna be a 3rd one now, or a 4th one now too, just because I've been saying shit. It's like Wug Trios all over again. They won't leave me alone, man. And look, they're coming in 3s as well. Something about the 3s and the 7s, man. It's all biblical, like Dark Star. All right. Capital City. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Jacked up my ass. All right. 2 packs. All right, so this was the one that was on the top of the stack before I started pulling random shit. So let's see, what was I going to pull if I kept going? Are we still only at 2 mythics? Did I say guaranteed 4 mythics? And then I'm going to be fucking pissed. All right. All right. We got Raboon, Baboon, Bull, your mother. And are you fucking serious? Oh my God, there was no mythic in there either. That is ridiculous. All right, here's our bottom pack. Damn. Damn. All right, can't be super pessimistic. All right, can we get some spice? We got 3 mythics. Forgot about lightning. All right, so there should be one here. If we don't, then I'll stop talking probably for the rest of my life because I said fucking guaranteed, capital G, and which I mean that is pretty bad. If there's not at least like 4 in this box, but all right. Summon Primal Yamada. And another foil uncut. Man, fuck me. Ain't that about a bitch. All right, we're going to look through. I mean, listen, I got plenty of good shit. But I did say something about like, ooh, guaranteed like 4 mythics. Because again, it's, I want to say 1 in 8, right? Let's see if I can find the shit on here real quick. All right. For Borderless Chocobo Mythic. Let's see. 1 to 4 rares. Huh, so that's kind of crazy. They don't say the... Let's see if I can put this up. All right. So there's nothing here about the chance of pulling a mythic. It's, 1 to 4 cards of rarity, rare or higher, right? But there's nothing about what's the chance of the rare that does come up to be a mythic card. I remember something like 1 in 8 back in the day. And there's 30 play boosters too. Is that how it's been? There's now a lot more questions than answers. Because certainly they're 36, right? They've got to be, because they're still meant for drafting. And well, I mean, damn it, why have I confused myself even more? I mean, 36 never made too much sense. I mean, so for... No, it did, because, it's a dozen people if you're doing traditional, like, draft. Pick one, pass it around, and then 6 people if it's sealed. 30, that's a weird number. Like, if you're trying to... obviously for stores, they have the pre-release boxes and everything, but... Okay, well... that whole guaranteed thing. Yeah, this is... I'm like stuttering myself at the end of the video, but yeah, no, that checks. Like, I think it is something like 1 in 8, which again, it's hard to work out that math when technically you're getting more rares per pack, right? Whereas the myth, I don't know. I'm talking too much, going in fucking crazy circles at this point. But the point being, if there were 36 packs, I'm pretty sure there's no way I would have gotten less than 4 mythics. And instead, I didn't even look through this pile to make sure that what I'm saying is accurate, but pretty sure it was Lightning and Sephiroth card that wasn't Sephiroth. All right, so there's Lightning. Sephiroth card that's not actually Sephiroth. And I am happy about the... and this... Yeah, still... That foiling... I'm sure that's definitely different than anything else that I got. So I'm almost certain that is the deal with that. And also, there could be one of these guys that... I looked at everything. I don't think I saw M down there at any point. But we're just checking one more time to make sure. Common, rare, uncommon. All right. What was the third mythic that I got? I swear that did I put it in another pile because I was gonna play it? All right, we got this. What was the first mythic that I pulled? Damn it, I know there was another one. We got Lightning. We got the Sephiroth card. That's not actually Sephiroth. And we got... Okay, there was regular rare that should be in that pile. I should have ended this video like 5 minutes ago instead of just going down this crazy route. If anyone does watch this, they're going to be like, this guy is fucking mental, man. It's fucking mental. You're not completely wrong. You're not completely wrong. But you're also not completely right, and that's hurtful. So go fuck yourself. Okay. Just going to look a little more here. I'm sure I'm going to find it as soon as I turn this off if I don't find it like right now. Are you like right? Oh yeah, because you were right behind this fucking thing. And it's Clive. There he is. Clive boy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. It's time for me, obviously, to end this video because it's bedtime or work or whatever. So thank you for joining me. It's Drew Peoples from Peoples Collectibles. This was still a fun opening. We didn't get the, one of the 3 mythics that we were looking for, but we got a lot of other cool shit, and it's going to be fun sorting through this and hopefully playing with it eventually. So yeah, Thank you for joining me. And until next time, friends, have a wonderful